5, 5
Shit.
seconds. Tripping on acid or wearing.
Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Rampage or Ramfru. I, Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone, and Montel Vertadius Porter here. And today on Rampage or Ramfru, we have a good show here today. And I believe, at the end of the day, we got a good show going on here. Here today on Rampage or Ramfru, Mike Lane says. Yes, we do, Tony Schiavone says. And you should know by now, Mike Lane, that we have a play-by-play board once again here in the Toy Wrestling Gathering. Yeah, for one time, Mike Lane and Tony Schiavone, it's really something good to look forward to when you can really either sit or stand behind a play-by-play board. Montel Vertadius Porter says. Now what's happening here? Lukey! Or Luke Guy, whatever you want to call yourself. Can't stand up in the ring, Frack says. A lot of things shift, a lot of things keep the same. Two things is, always got to be dealing with shitheads and falling down the ring. Luke Guy, you cheated. When you had your match with me yesterday on Friday Night SmackDown, it should not be you going to fight Cody Rhodes. It should be me fighting the Vinlander Nightmare Cody Rhodes for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. You cheated. I don't know how you did it. You hit me with something and the fight keeper didn't see it, or the match keeper didn't see it, or whatever. And that's the only grounds to why you won, Luke Guy. The only grounds. If I get my hands on you, North God of misbehavior, you're dead. If I get my hands on you, you're... Why don't you just shut up and keep your bloody name out of my mouth, you DreamWorks self? You're talking to a Disney Marvel self. Yeah, well, the truth is, I come from North folklore, alright? And there's sundry takes on me, so we don't know which one's the true take on me or not. Was the take on me on Heracles right? Was the take on me on Son of Hyde right? Was the take in Disney Marvel's world the right take on me? We don't know, but I'm a shithead all the same. Yeah, Shrek. You keep your name on my mouth. Well, that Luke Guy isn't going to be making, Luke Guy isn't going to be making any friends here in the Toy Wrestling Gathering. Michael Cole's, isn't going to make no friends here in the Toy Wrestling Gathering, Mike Lane says. No, he's not, Tony Schiavone said. He's off to a bad start. But then again, the North God of misbehavior could care less, he could care less, on what he does, right or wrong, Tony Schiavone says. Hey, I like Luke Guy, the North God of Misdeed. I think he's really cool. You shouldn't be down on him, Mike and Tony, at all. Montel Vertadius Porter said, well, Cody Rhodes comes in the ring now to help Frack out. Frack, I wish I did have some slay with the TWF leadership team or the TWF matchmaking team, because if I did, I would rather want to fight a DreamWorks self like you, Frack, than ever fighting a Disney Marvel self like Lukey or Luke Guy, or is it a North Folklore self? Or is he a Renaissance picture self or a new birth, likeness of self? Or whatever. I don't know. All I do know is, Shrek, that he's a shithead, and no need what offshoot your whatever self that you say you're taking off from, he's the same. Yeah, Cody, I really wish that I was wrestling and fighting you instead of fighting that shithead Lukey or Luke guy, Well, here's what I'm gonna do, Cody Rhodes says. I know I don't have the might or slay to do it, but I'm gonna go have a talk with the leadership team and the matchmaking team, and hey, here. It seems that I got a sheet here. I'll read it out here. Cody Rhodes says. It says to give open to. It says from the four setter Hunter Hearst Helmsley and under four setter Jeff Jarrett and the TWF leadership team. We believe that Lukai should not be given the first shot to fight Cody Rhodes for the TWF heavyweight winnings. However, we also talked to the matchmaking team, and the matchmaking team, I would guess it would be Godzilla and Gil Kim and Tommy Dreamer and Jimmy Hart, and I guess Heracles and Buffy. They all feel that it should go to you, Shrek. Well, can you believe that? Can you believe that? Mike Lane says. Cody Rhodes is going to fight Shrek instead of that dirtbag Lukai, Mike Lane said. That's good to know, Tony Schiavone said. Sometimes in life, they get it right. God has truly smiled down upon Shrek here today. Tony Schiavone said, I don't know about that. Lukai won that match. So what? Lukai doesn't get a match? He doesn't get a fight or a match here today? Montel Ricadius Porter says. I guess not. This is for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. First, he is from the DreamWorks world, wherever that world is, Shrek. And he is the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, the Vinlander Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So it looks like that Cody Rhodes and Shrek are going to have their match, and Shrek picks up Cody Rhodes and body slams him. Now, I know what you're thinking, Mike Lane said. A backbreaker. Looks more like that's what it looks like, Mike Lane says. I'm still, coming from the NHL, going to the TWF, so you can forgive me. Most of my play-by-play time has come from calling ice games. Mostly from the land ice game team. Well, that can be forgivable, Tony Schiavone said, because I came from NBL before I got into skilled wrestling, went back to NBL, MLB before I went back to MLB, and came out of it. Whoa! Tony Schiavone, what? Says Tony Schiavone. Well, Cody Rhodes just body slammed Shrek, Monterey Cadius Porter says, and now Cody Rhodes getting ready for it. The Cody Cutter on Shrek. He's gonna do it. Round Street. On track here. Will that be all? Will Cody Rhodes be skilled enough to beat Shrek? Mike Lane says. We'll have to see, Tony Schiavone said. 1, 2. And only a 2, because Shrek got out. I don't care. I don't like Shrek. I don't know what an ogre is, to be honest with you. I think there's some kind of troll, some kind of even of some kind, or some kind of Evelyn of some kind. But I don't, beyond that, I don't really know. Body slam. I can tell you, Shrek isn't the man you think he is. He behaves half of the time like God Jorah would behave like if he was man-like. And a splash from Shrek down on Cody Rhodes. So you're saying that Shrek isn't man-like then, Mike Lane says. And you're saying that God Jorah isn't man-like, Tony Schiavone says. 1, 2, and Cody Rhodes kicks out. No, they don't look man-like at all. They might behave like they're man-like, Mike and Tony, but they're not. Oh, Cody Rhodes just knocked Shrek. Shrek got his foot caught in the ring by mistake, and Shrek's out of the ring. You know, Cody Rhodes is hoping, you know, to be the fightingest TWF heavyweight fighter. And wait a minute. Luke Guy just hit him. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, Luke Guy, or Lukey, Mike Lane says, just struck down the Vinlander Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. You know, Mike Lane said. Tony Schiavone said, what a weakling that Luke Guy is. They beat up on Shrek, too, Tony Schiavone said. A wonderful match, a wonderful fight thrown out due to this dirtbag, Tony Schiavone says. We can call him a shitbag, Mike Lane says. Now he just curb stomps folks now, Mike Lane says. Yeah, you gotta like Luke Guy and what he's doing to both Cody Rhodes and Shrek. You know, Mike Lane says, Montel Vertadius Porter says, and guess what? When Luke Guy is done with Cody Rhodes, the Vinlander Nightmare will go back to the Vinlander Thrift Middle. Montel Vertadius Porter said, how long did it take you to learn that slight? Mike Lane says, how long did it take you to learn that one? I don't know, Tony Schiavone says. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know, and I don't like it. I don't know how long it took him to learn it. You know, but I worked with many folks that like to slight folks over the years. Jesse Ventura, Bobby Heenan, Jerry Lawler, you know, Taz. So I know I've been working with folks, Tony Schiavone said, that were good at slighting others. Oh yeah, Mike Lane said, I didn't really deal with that when I was in the NHL all those years. I didn't really do that much when I was in MLB the first run, or my 2 different MLB. But I dealt with it when I was in MACW, WWF, WCW, XWF, TNAW, MLW, and AEW. Well, and I had to deal with it, Montel Vertadius Porter says, when I got to work with, Baron Saxon, you know, when I was doing main event or main show in the beginning of my 2 different WWE. But anyway, you gotta like what Luke Guy or Lukey did. Well, alright, take it away, Gorilla Monsoon. Thank you, Mike Lane and Tony Schiavone. I'm going to be talking with Luke Guy or Lukey, however you say his name. You know, the North God of Mischief. It's Luke Guy. Or Lukey, however you want to say it. And first off, you saw what I did to Shrek, that DreamWorks self. You saw what I did to Cody Rhodes, that WWE self. Yeah, and it was not anything to be glad over. Nothing to be happy about. It was to be shameful behaviors. But then again, you are the North God of misbehavior, so... Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon, I am the God of misbehavior. And what I did to Shrek, what I did to Cody Rhodes, is what I did to my older brother for all those years in the Marvel world. And all those years in Heracles and Xena's world. And sooner or later, what I did in the Disney Marvel world. You're going to be seeing me as a TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, a Disney Marvel self. How we think of it, a North folklore self, right? Or a Renaissance picture self, or a new birth, likeness self, whatever. It would be kind of hard. Well, I can tell you one thing right now, Lukey. No one is going to be happy with you or what you did here today. And you do have your match with Cody Rhodes. But why you did that, it's beyond me. Gorilla Monsoon, I'm the one that wanted to write to fight Cody Rhodes first, not Shrak. So that's what I did. I made both Cody Rhodes and Shrak yield. Well, that's my talk. And I think that Odin and Freyga didn't raise Lukey right. That's my talk with Lukey. Back to you, Mike Lane and Tony Schiavone. Thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking. Thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Luke Guy here today on Rampage or Ramfru. And that's all the time we got here for Rampage or Ramfru. I, Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone, and Montel Vertadius Porter. We hope you like Rampage or Ramfru, and we'll see you tomorrow for Collision or Hit.